dying is easy. What you need to try is living. So we often hear these things and these statements, especially from parents, along the lines of, I would die for my kids. It's a noble sacrifice, one I firmly agree with. But in a less dramatic moment, you don't need to die for your kids. What you need to do is live. You know, when it comes to my children, there is no burden I wouldn't carry. There is nothing I wouldn't do for them. There is no sacrifice that is too great. I would sacrifice it all, including dying, for them. But in a moment that isn't so life or death, in the day-to-day outings of it all, what your kids need, what they want, what they need most, is for you to live for them. And not just live, but live well. Live as the best version of yourself. To show up as the greatest version of yourself. Your kids don't want you to go out there and sacrifice everything for them. They want you to be present. And that means sacrificing the things that don't matter. It means sacrificing the things that don't serve you. It means sacrificing the things that are of no consequence and no value in your life. And for many, that means, sacrificing the things you sedate on. Things that we choose to do, but bring no value to our life. And the number one thing that I find, especially when it comes to your children, that you should be willing to sacrifice and to do the work for, is being in great fucking shape. As I said, it is a noble cause to die for your children, to shoulder that burden, to take on anything that they need. But what they really need you to do is to be in the best shape of your life. And that might sound silly, it might sound ridiculous, it might sound like something that doesn't matter. But you being in phenomenal shape sets the standard for their life and sets them up for their life, sets them up for good, sets them up for the best life that they can lead. It sets them up well. If in their life they assume that eating good food, exercising regularly, looking after your health and fitness is just normal, it's just what people do, if they grow up with that belief, imagine how far ahead they are already in life. They don't have to unlearn things, they don't have to unlearn bad habits and negative choices and things like that. They just show up and be the best version. That's the greatest gift, but also in the ability to show up and participate for them. The biggest thing your kids want, and I have a feeling that this goes beyond just small toddlers, but it progresses into later in life, is that they want you to be present and the ability to participate. So you need to be strong. You need to be aerobically fit. You need to be healthy. You need to be able to show up for them. And look, maybe that doesn't mean you need to have a six-pack and be shredded to the bone. But it does mean that you need to be in good shape. It means you need to exercise daily. It means you need to work on your aerobic capacity daily. Oh look, lift weights, go for a walk, eat healthy food, don't eat junk food. It means showing up as the best version of yourself so that you can do the things that they need you to do. And at a drop of a hat. That you can play on the park, you can climb the equipment, that you can play sports with them, that you can be at events, that as they get older and if they're still into sports, that you can continue to play with them. The greatest memories I have with my father is playing basketball with him. But also at the same point, I eclipsed my father when I was 15 years old. I'm training so that has to be earned. that right to eclipse me in anything of physical prowess has to be truly earned, that they have to have done the work and put in the effort to eclipse me in those areas. Because not only that, because they get the joy of that experience of playing with dad and battling against dad for much, much longer. I still play basketball with my dad, but I haven't lost since I was 15 years old. And I want to give them that health. But beyond that, beyond any of that, if you have a good relationship with your kids, and maybe you have a good relationship with your parents, what is the thing that you would want most of all for them as well? A really long fucking life. And I've spoken about this before, that I've brought it up about how you cannot be the best dad without being in great fucking shape. And I had people push back on me. And I was like, no, I stand by it. Because you're going to sit out on the sideline and not be able to participate in things if you are not in best shape. Or maybe you will get in there and do it anyway and blow a knee or tear a muscle or, heaven forbid, have a fucking heart attack. And we know people like that. Their father fucking died trying to play with their kids. Granted, they were adult children, but he died before he reached 60 because he was playing with his kids. If you're dead, you're no longer a great father. Your kids want you to have a great long life. They want you to be there for all the special moments. They want you to see them grow up and be there in the moments that matter. I want you to be there at their wedding when they have kids and all those milestones. If you're out of shape and you fucking die, what are you going to do? Or maybe you continue to live and you limp along and you can't participate because disease-ridden and bed-ridden. Are you a great father then? No. Because you chose, and this is the harshest one, but I cannot now, as a father, unsee it any other way. That you chose selfish behaviors. You chose selfish, short-term behaviors over being there for your children. And as I said, I will wear any burden. I will carry any load. I will do whatever it takes for my children. There is nothing that I would not do for them. And that includes giving up those short-term pleasures for long-term success. Those short-term pleasures to be here for the long term. I say it frequently and people often think I'm joking, but I'm not fucking joking. My goal is to live to 120. Do I know if that's possible? I don't fucking know. But I am going to be in great shape. I'm going to do the work and I'm going to look after myself forever. Full stop, end of fucking story. You don't hit an age and go, well, fuck it, this is aging. No. I make cognitive choices to be in the best shape ever. Me at 33 am fitter, healthier, stronger than I have ever been in my life. And that comes down to I have chosen what matters more. And my family matters more. My children matter more. And this is that thing that, what would you be willing to do for them? And there's ones that are going around TikTok at the moment, and it's, what would you do for your children? What burden would you carry? If they were called up to go for war, would you take their place? Everyone's like, yeah, fuck yeah, I would totally do that. But in the day-to-day living, in the simple choices, you can't make that choice. You'd be willing to end your life for them, which I think is the right call. But you wouldn't be willing to give up your simple pleasures, your dopamine-chasing pleasures, for their benefit. Do you see how there's a misalignment there? You'd be willing to die for them, but you wouldn't be willing to live for them. You wouldn't be willing to sacrifice the things that don't actually matter, that don't provide value, so that you could be the best version of yourself, so that you could shine that beacon, so that you could show them what is possible. And I keep coming back to it, and I think that's selfish. And I do. And I think to be a great parent is you have to be completely selfless. Doesn't mean you don't put yourself first, but you have to be selfless. And I know they are contradictory ideologies, but they can be held simultaneously. Because I mean, you have to be selfless as in you will sacrifice all the unimportant things for them, for their happiness, for their growth, for their overall great life. But you can put yourself first as in, I will choose to work out, I will choose to eat healthy, I will choose to do the things that allow me to show up as the best version of myself. I will choose over and over and over again the things that allow me to be better, to be the best version of myself. And that is not a selfish act. It is not a selfish act to carve out time to work out. It is not a selfish act to eat right. It is not a selfish act to do the things that is going to make you the best version of it. It is a selfless act. That's why you can hold them simultaneously. And I think this is the dichotomy of being a leader, of being a great parent. You have to put yourself first in the areas that mean you show up as the best version of yourself. But overall, you do it all for your kids. You do it all for your family. You make the hard choices to be the best version. And this is where you shine. So yeah, I'll say it again. You cannot be the best father unless you are in phenomenal shape. And I cannot get past that. I cannot get past that being a true statement. And you should want to be. Even if you forget your kids, even if you say it's not truly for them, even if you just say it to be for you. You should want to be in the best shape of your life. You feel better, you look better, you act better, you do better. You should want to be in great shape, which then inspires them to be in great shape. It inspires them to do better. You know, there are crazy statistics, and I'll get the numbers wrong, but it's something along the lines of if one parent is obese, there is a 50% chance that the child will be obese. If both parents are obese, it's something like an 85% chance that the child will be obese. You set the fucking standard. You make those decisions. They want to be like you. It's that statement of you're going to be your daughter's first love and your son's first hero. So depending on the relationship you have, they're either going to aspire to be with a man like you, your daughter, and aspire to be a man like you, your son. Or if you have a shit relationship with them, they're going to run and hide from that. But either way, you have a circumstance where they're going to base their life of who you are. And I'm assuming if you're listening, I'm assuming if you're here, you want to be a great fucking parent. You want to be the best parent. Because you're interested in chasing greatness. You're interested in being the best version of yourself. So that means being the best fucking version of yourself, not the fat shit on the couch who avoids responsibility, who avoids taking control of the situation and owning the situation, that it is your fault. That you are in that situation because of the choices you make. And then taking ownership of that because, on the flip side, because it's all your fucking fault, you can fix it. Start making better choices. Start choosing better actions. Choose to live for your children. Instead of them watching you slowly kill yourself through sedation, through dopamine chasing, through avoiding taking responsibility. Through avoiding taking control of the one fucking thing in this world that you can actually control. Your body and your health. Everything else can be taken up to chance. Everything else can be greatly impacted by the world around you. But you are always in control of the food you eat, the actions you take, the exercises you do. You are in control of that. So live for your kids. They deserve that. They deserve a father who will live for them, who will show up for them as the best version of themselves, who shows them that hard work pays off, that doing the work for the sake of the work is the greatest gift that you can give yourself, that we just show up every day and we put ourselves in the position to win by doing the work, by doing the tasks that allow us to win. You show them what is possible. You show them what can be done. And you ingrain these skills. And I think at any age, if you have a good relationship with your kids, that they will stand up and take note of what you're doing. I have clients who have children as old as me, and their kids are in awe as they get fitter, as they get stronger, as they get healthier, and their kids aren't. And then suddenly their kids are in the gym, and suddenly their kids are taking up exercise. Suddenly their kids are watching what they eat, because you have that relationship with your kids. It doesn't matter at what age, but they will be inspired and aspire to be like you. So give them something to be inspired by. Give them something to lead the way. Give them something that is worth modeling their life on. Don't be someone who died 20 years ago, who died in their 20s and is just living the same fucking year over and over and over again with no passion, with no connection, with no health, with no fitness, with no reason to live. Give them something to aspire to be. Inspire them. Lead by example. Show them the way. Show them what is possible. And this is the way. And this is how you get it done. And this is how you leave a legacy for your children. This is the way forward. So, I hope that helped. I hope you realize that you should live for your kids, that you should lead by example, that you should show them the way forward. Show them what is possible. Show them that there is greatness, not just in them, but in you, and that you have given them that greatness, that you are passing on that greatness, that they can be great too, just like Dad is. Give them the greatest gift of all. Step up and lead by example and start living for your children. Now, if you don't know where to start that journey, send me a message. Let's get you into chasing greatness. Let's start with the 30-day challenge. Just 30 days. Start transforming your life for them. Let's begin that journey and get you in there. If you're not quite ready there, click the link in my bio, grab my top 10 tools to transform your mental toughness, and join the Daily Greatness Mail, where you get daily messages on how to be the best version of yourself. Lastly, if you're still on the fence, click subscribe, like and comment, and there'll be more of this daily. There'll be more motivation, inspiration, examples, and ways to become the best version of yourself. So subscribe and make sure you keep following along as more and more of this comes down. As I said, there's one every single day out here to inspire you, to help you become the greatest version of yourself, to help you start chasing your greatness. But until then.